Welcome back. You're watching the Late Night News. Well, the wait for the results finally got over. Tamil Nadu School Education Authorities today announced the Class 12 results. Over 7.5 lakh students took the government-organized exams across the state in March. And this time again, the girls have fared better than the boys.
Pandian is a happy student. He secured 1,187 marks out of 1,200. He is state topper among students who studied Tamil as their first language. The second place was shared by Sandhya of Namakkal along with Karunya and Dinesh from Uttangarai. These students have 1,186 marks.
நான் 12 + 2ல ஸ்டேட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வாங்கியிருக்கேன். 118 எடுத்திருக்கேன். இதுக்கு முழுக்க காரணம் எல்லாமே எங்கள் டீச்சர்ஸ் தான். என்னோட ஸ்கூல் டீச்சர்ஸ் எல்லாமே எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் என்னை என்கரேஜ் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. என் டியூஷன் டீச்சர்ஸ் நல்லா கைட் பண்ணாங்க. இது என்னோட பங்கோட டீச்சர்ஸோட பங்கு தான் நிறையமாக இருக்குது.
Education authorities said the pass percentage is 85.2. This is a 2.2% increase from the previous year. As in the past many years, girls outperformed the boys. Pass percentage among girls, 88. Pass percentage among boys, 81.9. In Chennai, Anu Asai Thambi, a student of DAV school, top scored with 1,188 marks. Her classmate Sharini came second with 1,187 marks.
So happy. So every time after every exam got over, she used to call me, and especially physics, we lost marks and we were all both crying. And yesterday she called me and told me, look, state rank is not at all possible for us. So let's stop dreaming. And now it's like, oh my God.
I never expected though, and I didn't work for it. I just worked for my medicine scene. I never expected all this.
Yeah, she was actually very hardworking, seriously. Very, very hardworking.
The number of centums in maths have reduced by over half compared to last year. A section of students and teachers had said that the math question paper was lengthy and difficult.
I don't say the maths paper is very difficult. So it is not come in the usual way how every year it will be. In a single concept they have asked a repeated number of questions. So seeing that, the students are shocked. So that may be one of the reasons for overall statewide number of sentences less.
It has been a day of celebration for students with the announcement of Class 12 results. The government's decision to reduce the cut-off marks for the admission to engineering colleges is a welcome sign. The next big step for the students is to secure admission in their dream colleges. With camera person Sagai Raj, Lokpriya, NDTV Hindu.
Now, the top scorer Anu, along with her father Asai Thambi and her mother, joined us here in the studio a short while ago.
Feeling on top of the world, really very happy. I'm on cloud 9.
Yeah, and was this something that you had expected? Did you think that this was a surprise, a pleasant one? I'm sure it is, but is it a surprise? Did you think that you'd one day top it?
Well, I never worked for a state rank. I just wanted a seat in MMC. I wanted to do medicine, and so this all came as a surprise. I didn't work for it. I didn't expect a state rank though.
And how many hours did you study in a day? What made it? What gave you that edge?
Probably 16 hours a day, and I never do night studies. I studied in the day from morning 6 to 10 and just had power naps in between.
So what exactly has been your contribution? We know that parents, in the kind of competition that's there now, parents, and both of you are professors, and little wonder that your daughter has made it, but the kind of competition that exists, parents go out of their world, much beyond their wherewithal, to try and provide for their child. What is that that you did as a parent to ensure that she gets everything possible?
Actually, she's a child who is fully aware of the competition. It's a kind of a neck and neck race, okay? And I think the contribution that we have provided is we didn't intervene into her studies. Okay?
And you didn't say go po padi.
No, we have never done that.
Never.
Because
we have to leave her as she is. We should not intervene.
She's a self-regulated and self-ignited student.
Well, meanwhile, the higher secondary school results were on the expected lines. A boy from Virungambakkam emerged as the top scorer among candidates from corporation-run schools. The student Pandirajan scored 1130 marks. Zoya Thomas reports.
To become an engineer, this is Pandirajan's dream for years. He emerged as a topper among candidates from schools run by the corporation. He is overwhelmed with joy as he secured 94.1%, a big step towards his dream.
இவ்வளோ மார்க் எடுத்ததுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குது. வீட்டில் எல்லோரும் ரொம்ப என்கரேஜ் பண்ணி படிக்க வச்சாங்க. எங்கள் அக்காலாம் ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட்டிவாக இருந்து உன்னால் முடியும்னு சொல்லி இவ்வளோ மார்க் எடுக்கிறதுக்குலாம் அவங்க ஃபேமிலி ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. நான் வீட்டிலேருந்து வந்தாலே உடனே டிவி ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு எனக்காண்டி எதுவும் பார்க்காம நான் படிக்கணும் அப்படின்ட்டு என்கரேஜ் தான் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்களே தவிர யாரும் டிஸ்கரேஜ்லாம் பண்ணல. உன்னால் முடியும்னு தான் சொன்னாங்க.
இப்போ +1லேருந்து டைமின் அவருக்கு ஒரு என்கரேஜ் பண்ணிட்டு வந்து உன்னால் முடியும், கார்பரேஷனில் மட்டும் இல்லை ஸ்டேட் லெவலில் கூட உன்னால் ஃபஸ்ட் வர முடியும், கொஞ்சம் ஹார்ட் ஒர்க் பண்ணுங்க. நான் பார்க்கும்போதெல்லாம் அவருக்கு என்கரேஜ் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தேன். அவர் கார்பரேஷனில் ஃபஸ்ட்டு வரணுங்கிறதுக்காகவே நான் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் பாடத்தை அவருக்கு எடுத்தேன். லாஸ்ட் இயர் இந்த இயர் எடுத்தேன்.
Pandya lost his mother at a very young age. His father, who runs a tea shop, takes care of him. He studies from morning to night. That's his preferred activity. He was a school topper in class 10 and his class 12 performance was not a surprise to his family.
நான் வந்து ஒரு சின்ன டீ கடை வச்சுன்னு கஷ்டப்பட்டுன்னு இருக்கேன். அதோட தான் அவனை நல்லா படிக்க வைக்கணுங்கிற ஒரு இதில் அவனை நல்லா படிச்சிருக்கிறான். அவனை இன்னமும் நல்லா படிக்க வைக்கணுங்கிற ஆசை இருக்குது. அவங்க அம்மா கிடையாது, அவனுக்கு எல்லாமே நான் தான்.
அண்ணா ரிசல்ட் கேட்டோன்னே ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருந்துச்சு. ரொம்ப ஹார்ட் ஒர்க் பண்ணாங்க இதுக்காக. நைட்டெல்லாம் கண் முழிச்சு படித்தாங்க. காலையில் 5 மணிக்கெலாம் எழுந்திரிச்சு படித்தாங்க. அவங்க படிக்கிறதும் இல்லாமல் எனக்கும் சொல்லிக் கொடுப்பாங்க. நல்ல மார்க் எடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லி நல்லா சொல்லிக் கொடுப்பாங்க.
Pandya now prepares to enroll in a course in Electronic and Communication Engineering at the Anna University, and that's probably the start of a dream coming true. With camera person Srinivas, Zoya Thomas for NDTV Hindu.
Moving on, the government and the education minister in particular today warned private schools that the Tamil Nadu government will not budge to threats made by the private school owners against the state order to regulate school fees for private schools in the state. Responding to a call attention motion raised by the PMK in the assembly earlier today, Minister Thangam Thennelisu said private school owners may appeal to the Govind Raj committee, the panel behind the structuring of the fee regulation. The fee regulation order has evoked a good response from middle class families in the state.
இந்த சூழ்நிலையில் ஏதேனும் குறிப்பிட்ட பள்ளிகளுக்கு அந்த ஒரு கிரீவன்ஸ் இருந்தால் அவர் நிச்சயமாக அப்பீலுக்கு செல்லலாம். அவர்கள் அதை கருவித்து அவர்கள் அதை கருத்திலே கொண்டு ஏதேனும் அதில் மாற்றங்கள் செய்ய வேண்டி இருந்தால் அதை அந்த கமிட்டி நிச்சயமாக கருத்திலே கொள்வதற்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. அதை விடுத்துவிட்டு தொடர்ந்து இத்தகைய அறிவிப்புகளை எல்லாம் செய்வது என்பது சரியல்ல என்பதை மாத்திரம் நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன். தலைவர் கலைஞர் அவருடைய அரசை பொறுத்தமட்டில் நியாயமான எந்த கோரிக்கைகள் இருந்தாலும் அதற்கு செவிமடுத்து செய்வோம். ஆனால் ஒரு காலத்திலும் இந்த அரசு மிரட்டல்களுக்கு பணியாது அஞ்சாது என்பதை மாத்திரம் நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன்.
The Home Ministry has extended the ban on the LTTE for 2 more years. The LTTE was banned in 1991 after the group was involved in the assassination of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi in Sriperumbudur near Chennai. Since then, the ministry has been extending the ban every 2 years, but the latest extension comes a year after the LTTE chief Prabhakaran was killed in action by the Sri Lankan army. Now, even though the entire top leadership of the LTTE have been killed or jailed, the ministry reportedly perceives a threat that the outfit may regroup under a different leader after intelligence reports suggest that the organization was trying to regroup in Tamil Nadu. Well, it's now time to take a look at what's making news in the world of business. Well, bad news for Paramount Airways. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has branded the Chennai-based Paramount Airways as the second most dysfunctional airlines in the country. Paramount now holds the dubious distinction of being an airline with the second highest rate of passenger complaints and flight cancellations in the country. According to the DGCA data, Jet Airways tops the list of complaints and cancellations, with Paramount not too far behind. This report of the DGCA is likely to have an adverse impact on Paramount Airways, which has already been battling with fleet grounding owing to payment disputes. Well, I'm now joined by our business reporter Sania Faruqi for more on this. Sania, yet another setback for the Paramount Airways.
Yes, Ram, it indeed is a setback for Paramount. They've been in news some time back. DGCA had suspended their license on the grounds of low number of fleet and low defaults. 3 of their planes were even deregistered due to payment dispute. This time round, when the DGCA reports came out, Paramount came out as the second most dysfunctional airlines in the country. Jet Airways and Latenight, which had 7.6 and 5.4 complaints per 10,000 passengers, and 3.4 and 10.4 for flight cancellations, Paramount Airways had 5.4 and 7.6 data that was given to us. So definitely this is going to go against Paramount Airways, and what is important to note is that this not only just gives the report but also puts a question on their credibility, because of which they were earlier grounded and the license was also suspended. When we tried to contact Paramount Airways, they were not available to make any comments, so we'll just have to wait and watch to get any more updates from Paramount Airways. Back to you, Ram.
Right, Sanya, thanks a lot for joining us with all those latest details. Now moving on, if you've been a resident of Chennai for some time now, you'll be used to the scorching heat and the burning skin. While there is little that can be done to keep oneself cool, protection from the harmful sun rays is very important, and we tell you why.
The Chennai summer is obviously not the best thing for your skin, but when it comes to choosing a sunscreen, looks like you're spoiled for choice. So how important is it to read the finer print to find a sunscreen that suits your needs? SPF, UVA, UVB. Shopping for that perfect sunscreen can be tedious, but some awareness is all it takes to protect yourself from the scorching heat.
It is always better to buy a standard sunscreener which contains SPA 40 and which protects from the UVA sunlight. And standard and branded thing prescribed by dermatologists and cosmetologists is always advisable to be used.
Sun Protection Factor 40 is one of the several varieties of sunscreen. When applied, it can protect the skin from the effects of sun rays for 5 hours. If you're planning to stay out in the sun for a longer time, you must reapply it. The sunscreen not only prevents tanning, but protects against long-term problems.
We will go for aging, premature aging. So one thing. Another thing, there is also chances for malignancy. Sunlight-induced cancers are most commonly seen.
For those who doubt chemical-based creams, Ayurveda offers the natural ones. The fruit packs in concoctions, when applied regularly, can act as effective sunblocks.
There, like Eladi Telam is there, and even Kumkumadi Telam is there. And those who are not ready to use Telams, then even there is a fruit pack like Eladi Churnam, which they can mix with buttermilk. That also protects from sun rays.
So a bit of sunscreen can go a long way in keeping your skin fresh and healthy. And summer might just not be that cruel after all. In Chennai with camera person Madan, Nithila, NDTV Hindu.
All right, up next after this short break, why do women hate traveling in buses in Chennai? Stay tuned to find out.